This video is for 16.4 homework. So if you have any questions about finding the variability and the MAD, the range, the interquartile range, then be sure to follow along with this video. So number one says that Darren counts the number of devices that are plugged into the wall in each room of his house and records them in this list. Which values fall outside of the mean absolute deviation? So to find our mean absolute deviation, first we need to find the mean. So we're going to add up those numbers and then divide by how many there are. That's our average. Second, we're going to find the distances to the average. So whatever your mean is, how far away is 1 to that number, 2 to that number, 0 to that number, and go through each number in your list and record their distances. Third, you're going to find the mean of the distances. So add up your distances and then divide by how many rooms you looked at, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to take that number and we want to see what is within that normal range. So we know the average, that's a set number. We want to find what's kind of normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the mean, we're going to add the MAD. That gives us our highest range. Then we're going to take the mean and we're going to subtract the MAD, and that's going to give us the lower range. Now, if we look back at our question, it wants to know which ones are not in that normal range, which ones are outside of that range. So once you have your range, pick the numbers that are not in that range there. Okay, number 2 says that during a gray September, the amount of rainfall in millimeters per day over 6 days is listed here. So find the range and the interquartile range of the amount of waterfall. So the range is pretty simple. Take your greatest number, which is 14.2, subtract the smallest number, which is 0.8. So we're seeing what is that difference between them. Now, second, we want to use the interquartile range. We have to find the median to do that. And to find the median, we need to put these numbers in order least to greatest. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers in order least to greatest. We find the middle here, so we would add these up, divide by 2. We don't actually need the middle right now, so I can skip that step. Now I want to find Q1 is in the middle of the first half, and Q3 is in the middle of the second half, and I find the difference of Q3 minus Q1. Now the question asks, what is the best one to measure this data with? And remember, the better one, the more consistent one, is going to be that smaller number. So which one is smaller? And that kind of tells us that we want to use that because it's more representative of like the middle. So kind of help you out here, right? So I can think when I subtract these, I'm not subtracting the biggest and the littlest. So this is going to be closer. The interquartile range is usually better than the range, just because then I'm focusing more on the middle section than everything, which could have some really highs and lows in there. Okay, number 3 says that ages of people who competed in a road race last weekend are shown in the box plots here. So male, female. So interpret the differences in range and IQR for both groups and come to a conclusion. So I need the range for both male and female. I need the interquartile range for male and female. So let's find these and then see what conclusions we can make here. So range, big minus little. Interquartile range, Q3 minus Q1. Then I find the range for the females and their Q3 minus Q1 for interquartile. So what conclusion can we come to? So which of these is more consistent? Which one has a smaller set of data? So we're looking for those smaller numbers. Or it might ask which one is more spread out consistently and that's the ones with the larger range and interquartile range. Number 4 wants us to find the interquartile range. So to do that, we need to find the median. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers that we're going to put in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So once you have them in order, we're going to go through and find the median. Now, since there's just one number, I don't split it. Now I look for the median here, which I'm going to have to add these and find the middle here. Then same thing here. I'm going to have to add these together, divide by 2 to find Q1. Oops, didn't finish my circle there. Q1 and Q3. The interquartile range is the difference, Q3 minus Q1. So it's telling me how spread out is the middle section of the data. Number 4, the range is calculated by, what do we do for range? So remember, range is the greatest number, subtract the smallest number will give us, or we take the smallest one away from the biggest one, tells me how spread out the data is. Bigger numbers, more spread out, smaller numbers, more consistent. Number 6 wants us to know what is the range and interquartile range for these grams of protein bars. So the range is big minus little. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So we always want to do big minus little. Even though these are listed first, we want to go backwards to give ourselves a positive number there. Okay, what are the range and interquartile range? So again, big minus little, don't forget to line your decimals up, and Q3 minus Q1, and borrow if you need to. Number 8 says that a data set has a mean of 5.3 and the absolute deviation of 2. Which ones fall within that deviation, that normal range here? So we're going to take our mean, we're going to add on the MAD, then we're going to take our mean and we're going to subtract the MAD. So it ranges within 2 on either side of 5.3. So then once you know your range, go ahead and select any of those that fit in that normal range. Number 9, Juana and her friends have collected seashells from the beach. The number they collected is here for each person. How many shells should each person get if they want to share them evenly? So this is like our fair share or the average. So we want to put all of our shells together, add them up, and then divide by how many people there are so everybody gets the same amount. And number 10, a college student made videos showing his dorm life each week for 2 months. The weekly number of videos he recorded are listed here. And what is the median? So remember, median, we've got to put in order and then find the middle. He counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks worth of videos. So I'll have 4 on this side, 4 on this side, 1 in the middle makes 9. So 4 plus 1 is 9. So we're just looking for that 1 there in the middle. Okay, so go ahead and finish up your homework for today and let me know if you have any other questions.